most people only deserve to see you from behind the velvet rope. So that's kind of how I consider myself to be Mona Lisa. I was like, well, I am a work of art. I am beautiful. I am unique. And a lot of people don't understand that. And that said, they should not have access to me, because what happens when you let the masses in, they destroy you. My daughter actually did the whole poster herself. Yasha, I told her, I said, I wanted to be like a movie poster, do what you do. Yeah. And we're just so here that she knew exactly like what I wanted. Yeah. And when I got it back, I could do nothing but just like, like in my transition and coming into the individual that I am today, I was not raised around a lot of people who were LGBT. Yeah. My environment was really just hip-hop. Our culture is taken and monetized by people who have nothing to do with the culture. Yeah. Hip-hop has always been the driving force of not only my style, but my music and how I present myself to the world. I think that coming up to New York, I was able to become more well-rounded and understand how other people who are like me navigate throughout this world. But my perspective and my language has always been. Thankfully, I have received, like, I never expect people to reach out to me personally. Even when I put it out, I was like, you know, at this point, it's all about just trying to get people to hear it. And I had a lot of people come and tell me privately, like, you really did your thing on this album, you really carried, you really did a good job. And that means the world to me, especially from my community, because it's almost like I'm my own critic. Like, I don't really care. And when I say I mean I as in the people like me. We are our own critics. So whoever, like, some straight man, some hood, like, I don't care what you have to say, because you're probably dispositioned to like it, not to not like it anyway. But someone who is like me, I would respect and value their opinion a lot more. To me, the most impactful thing about the album is that a black trans woman is this classical painting, is the personification of the most world-renowned painting. Like, to put a black trans woman in that space is, one, very controversial, but it's very empowering to our community, because we don't see stuff. People may not have had the ambition to say, I'm gonna put myself as the most famous painting, and I'm the most marginalized person in America, or in the world, excuse me, and I'm gonna make a statement, and I have something to say. That sparked a lot of interpersonal conversations that my community have with themselves. Seeing someone do that, it's like, I can do it too. Mona Lisa, the woman, to me, is scared. Mona Lisa is afraid. Mona Lisa she's fighting a lot of internal battles. Somebody hired her to take a picture, so she's optimistic that something's gonna happen for her and that a miracle is on the way, because just last week she was on her last dollar. She couldn't find a way to get food, but she's still afraid and nervous. And I think all women are like that, but especially trans women, is because we have so many people and so many entities that look into our community and take what they want to, and then run off and do whatever they want to do, and the people who started it are still at the bottom. And that is the tale of Mona Lisa. If Mona Lisa the woman probably went home and went to sleep, and lo and behold, 30,000 years down the line, she's like the most famous woman in the world, but she probably didn't get shit from it. No. Like, that's the reality of Mona Lisa for me, is that she's a survivor, she's a fighter, and all in all, she's just hoping that one day somebody will hear her. I empathize with Mona Lisa, and I'm now channeling her spirit to reach a broader audience, and I hope that, you know, I hope I did that. Yeah. Where men are the gatekeepers of hip hop. They control who enters, who gets on, who gets this mainstream deal. It's all men. So it's almost like we have to wait to use our power until we maneuver through the space. It's gonna take more than just Megan Thee Stallion, and truthfully, it's gonna take white, Latina, Asian. Like, we cannot be the only ones speaking for women because it's just gonna fall. It's gonna get buried underneath all of the propaganda. To that standpoint, I will say that because I don't expect anything from even cisgender women. Like, I don't expect cisgender women to stand up for me. I don't expect straight men to stand up for me. I don't even expect gay men to stand up for me.
Yeah.
Trans women stand up for trans women. And I don't care about, you know, who has what, you know, what status, you know, we're a small community, so one day I could be the next, whatever the case may be. But my community is in the streets. Like, the people that love me, really, truthfully, are in the streets. Not the people who are paying me, because they're only paying me because I have a voice big enough for them to hear it. But if I was like one of the other girls, they wouldn't offer me a dime. So I do this for them, not for anybody else. There are 4 main tracks on the EP. One of the tracks is, the 5th track is actually the intro, called See Me Through. They all mean something to me, and they tell a story of basically my transition. Pressure was the oldest song that I wrote back in probably like 2017. And I wrote Can't Get Ahead of Me when I first moved to New York, kind of in that whole transition of me trying to find myself. It's actually kind of a diss record, but it's just, you know, rap is, every rap song is a diss record, so, you know, whatever. I channeled all of that rage, the bitterness, because I was very bitter. I hated the people who didn't answer the door for me. I didn't want to talk to them. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was so upset with the world when I wrote Never Last. So that's the most current song, and then a couple of months before that, so about December, I wrote Blinding Love, which is the last song on the project. And that is about an individual who I was very, 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 very unhappy. He actually heard the song when I first wrote it, because it was a way for me to get over him. It was really just a release for me to just honestly, like, be confident enough to not only let him hear it, but let the world hear it. And quite frankly, that's the song that I get the most, like, personal messages about, because it'll really touch people. And they'll say, you know, I'm kind of feeling this right now, and you really spoke to me. But to him, I would say, you really fucked up. And, you know, I'm no longer available. When I rap, I don't like to just say anything. I like to really string it together in a way that you're gonna have to go back like 3 or 4 times to really get it. Even slow it down half speed, because I might be rapping so fast that you can't really understand it. Like, you really, it's a puzzle. So the more that I'm equipped with the material, which is the emotion, to regurgitate that into a piece of music, it's my job to make it entertaining. I'm a passionate person by nature. And I do not compare what other people have to do to succeed to what I do on a regular basis. You could be somebody, like, you could be a friend of mine, and I'm gonna probably speak to you the same way I would speak to a business partner, because that's just the type of person that I am. And I know that before it gets to the point where I have to yell, I've said it 3 or 4 times in English, Spanish, French, whatever the case may be. I have spelled it out, you know, very much so city girls, euros, dollars, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, all of that. Like, I'm so theatrical, as you can probably even hear just by listening to my music. The middle school that I went to was not too far from a college that specialized in, like, liberal arts, theater, whatever the case may be. So in class, like, the teacher would say something to me. I could be in math class, and I would raise my hand, and I'd be like, oh, it's just so hard. Oh, I need help. I'm a Like it would like I just love being extra. I just love being extra, and that was always me.
With my melodies, got mirrors all on my neck. Check out my diamonds, check out my clarity. Can't get ahead of me now. Niggas ain't shit without my influence. Niggas ain't shit without my concordance. Leader of the race, yeah, I'm keeping up a pace. City niggas can't see without my endurance. Hard not life, baby, I been through it. Fuck fake love, baby, I see through it. And I'll see to it that I make it to the top. Cause if anyone can, really, I can do it.